Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Amber Unfiltered. Today we're going to talk about a little funny encounter I had years ago. I don't remember what year it was, so forgive me. But before we do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you want to cash at me at Amber Unfiltered Show, that'd be greatly appreciated. So I don't know how this came up. I'm really trying to sit here and remember. I be telling Nick about all my crazy wild child stories, like just randomly. He just be dying laughing. So one of them came up last night, and I was telling him how I met this kid that looked like the rapper Logic. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a pretty good rapper. He's from Gaithersburg, Maryland. He's white and black, but he does look white, but he is mixed. His dad's black, his mom's white. And he had a really rough childhood, and that's something that resonated with me because I was like, bro, me too. Trauma bond. But I really like his music. I haven't listened to it in a while, but a lot of his albums are really cohesive. He like studied the grades. He did his own production. I think something that I saw in him was that he was an underdog, and I love underdogs. Like I said in my Mariah the Scientist video, because those are the ones that come through, and then they rise, and it's like, oh shit. But what was interesting about Logic's story, what was interesting about Logic's story is that I think he was like homeless, and then he moved in with one of his friends, Big Limbo, who's a rapper. He moved into his basement. He was like flipping burgers for a living. He was like, give me a year, and like if I don't take off in a year, like kick me out. And then he blew up. Like he hustled his way to the top, and I just really respect that. But yeah, so I don't remember what year it was. I gotta really, was it like 2015? It's probably like 2015, 2016, somewhere in there, maybe another year after that, like 2017 or something. I don't remember, forgive me. So, I used to go to concerts like by myself all the time. Like I did not give a F. My mom was like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going here." And she's like, "Who's coming with you?" I was like, "Me, myself, and I, girl." But I remember I was going to go see Post Malone, and I was going to see him at the Fillmore in Silver Spring. I've been to that venue so many freaking times. I feel like I talked about this in another video. But I was going to see him, and I thought I bought like a meet and greet, but it was like early access, like early admission or something, like beating the line. And I was like, damn. So I'm in line, and then I get inside, and I start talking to these girls. It's like young. They were like maybe a couple of years younger than me. I was probably like 19 or 20, but they were probably like still in high school or just graduated. And I was so toxic, bro, because I was like letting them have some of my drinks, and I was like, bro, I shouldn't have done that. That's so irresponsible. So forgive me on that note. But we're like talking, we're hanging out during the show. They like saved me a spot and everything. We're just kicking it. Like I'll start talking to anybody at the show, and then usually like I end up like exchanging info, like whether it's social media or like number, just to keep in touch with them, because I think it's so cool to bond with other fans. But excuse me. So anyway, that happens. We're like twerking, we're having a good old time, throwing shots. Like it's so fun, right? And again, I don't condone underage drinking. I was a fucking idiot and irresponsible, so excuse me on that note. So I think we like lost each other because then they like started being like a mosh pit or whatever. And Post Malone, he's actually a pretty good performer. This was like when he first blew up, when White Iverson came out. I'm saucing, I'm saucing. Oh, I'm not even saying that right, but remember that song? Oh my god, now I gotta go listen to that song. I can't sing, but anyway, I had like hated that song when it first came out, but it's actually kind of fire now. But anyway, so he's performing. It was like turned up. Like I was like, damn, he kind of fire. So then I like lost them, and then at the end of the show, like as I'm leaving the venue, and keep in mind I came by myself from Virginia, so not smart, and safety, or lack thereof. So I see them outside. They're like, "Hey, come fuck with us." So I go with them. They're like from out of town. They're like from freaking Ohio or somewhere. I don't remember what state, but it was like far away, like hours away. They're like, "We got a hotel room. Come fuck with us." I was like, "All right, bet." Like I was just like, "I'm with this shit," and I was like, thinking in hindsight that probably wasn't smart. So there was like a whole group of guys with them, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like so we're like all talking, hanging out. They're like smoking. I don't really smoke. I drank, but I was like, I've already drank at the show, so I need to chill out. So they're like, "Let's go to Dave and Buster's," and I'm like, "Okay." So there's this kid in the group. It's like we're probably like 10, 12 deep. Like it's a lot of us. And I'm like, Dave and Buster's is open at 2 a.m. They're like, yeah. So the kid that looked like Logic, me and him hit it off when we started talking. He started telling me he like black girls. I'm like, hey, what it do? What it do? Again, this was before I met my husband. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then we're talking. He's telling me how the girl that he was with like broke up with him. He was like heartbroken. He was like looking for something new, like a fresh start. We start talking. I'm catching vibes. I'm like, okay. He literally looks smack like Logic. Like he was even doing like the impersonations. It was so freaking funny. And Nick is like dying as I'm telling him the story. Like I'm not telling it that great right now, but it was funny. So then one of the kids from the group, one of the other guys, his friend like FaceTime him from a party. He's like sloshed. And he's like, hey, I'm with, we're like, bro, we should tell him that we're with Logic. We were like, he's not gonna believe us. He was like, nah, if he does like the Rat Pack like little thing, because Logic has this thing called Rat Pack Real all the time or something like that. It's like his little, you know how like Rihanna has like Rihanna Navy or something like that. So he like does that, and he says something else. Like it was something else that Logic said. I forget what the exact saying was, but it was like very Logic specific. And he said it on FaceTime. The kid was like, bro. So like we're like geek because we're like gassing him up. Like this is really Logic, bro. It was not fucking Logic. It was like, I don't even want to say the great value. It was like the Target brand of Logic. I was dying. So then I'm so dumb. When I was younger, like I always like got caught up and like found myself about to get in a long distance relationship with someone or talking to someone that's far away, and like it never freaking worked. I don't let me back up. Me personally, long distance doesn't work for me. I need to be with that person, and that maybe that's just me. Some people are able to make that work. I want to be with my person every day. That's just me. Like even when me and Nick started dating, like we were together every day. My mom was like, don't y'all see each other enough at work and everywhere else? I was like, no, I need to be with him all day long, Mom. Like I see him at work, and then after work I'd be like, you want to link up? He's like, yep. And it was like I just can't get enough of him. Even now I'm like, I'm literally with my best friend every day, like it's lit. So anyway, what was I finna say? I gotta think about what I was gonna say. So I'm starting to catch a vibe with this guy, and I'm like, all right, give me your number. And then they were going back to Ohio, and I was like, bro, he's like 8 was it Ohio? Was it Ohio? I think it was. It was like 8 hours away. And I was so sad, and we were like hanging out, and like, you know, I don't think we kissed or anything, but you know, when you just feel like that spark a little bit, I was like, all right, cool. So then he's like telling me like he wants to like try to make whatever work, and I'm like down for it, and then he just like completely ghosted me, bro. I was so like distraught, and then I was just like, he probably went back to that other girl, like even though she broke his heart. I'm like, we go back to what we know, we go back to what is comfortable. And that also made me think of I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. That movie is so good, but it is so heavy because it does deal with SA from a family member. I don't like to say the full word, but you know what I'm getting at. But it is such a good movie because it talks about like the power of friendship and how that love can be healing, but also how someone else's trauma can force you to confront your own. It's such a good movie, but you have to be like in a certain headspace to watch it. Um, but there's a line in the movie. Nino Dobrev plays. Oh my God, what is the kid's name? Logan Lerman. I think he was from like Percy Jackson, like series or whatever, like the movies. Nino Dobrev from Degrassi plays his sister, and she's like in an abusive relationship, and she's like, why does my sister keep going back to this trash ass guy? And he's like, sometimes we accept the love that we think we deserve. And I was like, bro, I was like, that was so me. Like in my younger years, I didn't think I was worthy. I didn't think I was deserving. I thought I was like a bad person, and like I deserved that these crazy ass experiences. I should probably do like a dating like story time because I have so many crazy stories, bro. Like you would not believe it. I'm so chill now. My uncle, he told me, he was like, you are so different from how you used to be. Because my uncle, like I told him all the tea. And he was like, you used to deal with some trash ass guys. He was like, we love Nick. Like my family loves Nick. Like they don't play. If I come over there without him, they're like, where's Nick? My cousins, they be like, we don't want to see you. We want to see our cousin-in-law. Like they do not play. Like, and they didn't like anybody else before him. Like, and I didn't bring that many people around. Like it took me like a good 5 years to bring somebody else around after like the first or second person. Like they was like, no, actually no, yeah, like only like my extended family, they only saw one guy, and it was like the first person I dated in Virginia. And ooh, I should do a story time about him. Ooh, yes, I should. Sorry, I got excited. And then I had like a friend that I was like trying to figure out what to do with, and my mom met him, but the rest of my family didn't. But after that, I didn't bring nobody home. Like it was just Nick. And they were like, oh, my mom was so cute. She was like, I thought he was gonna be like blonde and like preppy and like her, like, but he's not. He's like a country lumberjack, literally. He's like a European country lumberjack. Like that's the best way to describe it. He's my little country man. Like I love him. He's my big man child. That's basically what I call him, because he's so goofy and loving. Like, and he's such a big kid. Like I love it though. My dog loves it. Like he's obsessed with him. I was like, damn, that's kind of trash because I'm the one who fought for you to be adopted. But okay. But yeah, I hope that guy, I don't remember his name because again, it was so long ago. I hope that the Logic lookalike, I hope he's doing well. I hope he found happiness. I hope that even if it didn't work out with the girl that he might have went back to. I hope that wherever he is, he's in a good relationship. He got a good job. He figuring out his life. I hope that he's thriving. Like, I don't feel no ways because I'm like, that's probably such a vulnerable position to be in, and you never know when you're going to get back with someone. I feel like sometimes when you break up with people, you're usually likely to go back at least once or twice. At least that's how I feel. And I used to beat myself up about doing that because sometimes when I would break up with people, I would still like entertain them or talk to them. But then it's like sometimes you just need to go back to figure out, okay, what is it I really want? But also to figure out if the issues are worth working out or not. But that was actually one of the most lit nights of my life. And I'm surprised I didn't get fucking kidnapped. But I know my mom was like, girl, where the fuck you think you going? Like, my mom should have snatched me up so many times and she didn't. Like, shout out to my mom. I love you. But I remember I was like driving home at like 3 o'clock in the morning and she was like, where are you at? She was like, where's your little ass at? And I was like, I'm in Silver Spring, Maryland. She was like, you're where? I was like, she gonna kill me when I get home. And the crazy part is I would be like out all hours of the night and I was like, this was so disrespectful. I should have like talked to her more. I should have communicated. And like, I think I just like wanted to do what I wanted to do. I got a little taste of freedom and it just kind of like went to my effing head. And I don't know, I think I was just in pain. Like, again, at that time I wasn't really talking to my dad. We've been estranged. This is like our second time being estranged. I think the first time was like 4 or 5 years. Like, it was a little minute. I think I was just looking for him in all the wrong places, especially like guys. Excuse me. But I remember like the crazy part when I would like come home late, I try to sneak in and her door is like the horror movie door, like to her front door is like so like it would creak so loud and I was like, bro, she's gonna figure out and she's gonna beat my ass. And my mom has never hit me, but still. And then like our dog, our family dog, he's like a little, he looks like a little white poodle. He's a Bichon Frise. His name is Poppy. Oh my god, he's so cute. He's like 11 or 12 now, but he would bark like when I would come in late, and I was like, bro, you gonna link her up, you gonna snitch. Like, dogs love snitching when you do it wrong. Like, you're like, damn, I'll give you a milk bone, like, be quiet. But anyway, I just wanted to share that funny story because we were dying in bed last night about it. I was like, bro, what was I thinking? I was like, I was so dumb to think that this guy was really gonna take me seriously. Like, I feel like a lot of times I put myself in situations where I was like, oh, I'll just do what the other person wants, but it's like, bro, that's not what I want. So I encourage you, whether you're a guy or girl, however you identify, go after what you want. Don't go for what someone else wants. I think there's a such thing as compromising if both of y'all want the same thing. But if you know you don't want a relationship or you don't really want to pursue something that's far away that requires like additional work, don't fucking do it. Like, you're so young. Like, live your life, bro. I know I'm 30, but I'm just telling you one of my like wild child 20 something stories. But anyway, I hope you guys thought this story was funny and I love you guys and have a good night. Bye.